I don't know about you all, but right now my garden is starting to seriously lack some flowers. It seems like the only ones hanging on right now are my marigolds, and I have a little bit of milkweed going over there. But other than that, it is starting to look bleak, which is why I am starting some more fall flowers inside now that I can transplant out as soon as we start to cool off just a little bit more. So the first flower that I planted out into my fall garden actually right now is my zinnias. So I have two different types here. This one is a California giant zinnia and this one is a dahlia zinnia. If you can tell, the diversity in the colors and the sizes of these are absolutely beautiful. But zinnias can grow to be tall. They can grow to be 2 to 4 feet tall. So when you're thinking about where to plant these, I've tried them in pots, I've tried them in my raised beds, and I've tried them in the ground. My most favorite spot to plant them is right in the ground because of that height. I feel like when you put these guys in pots, they can get so tall that it just looks a little unbalanced, and you have to have a lot of smaller pots around it to balance out that visually. In between these two packs alone, I have about 8,000 zinnia seeds. Fall time is coming up, but one thing to remember for next season is that zinnia is a really tough flower and they actually love our full sun down here in the Florida heat. So they're one that you can plant that should withstand our full heat in the Florida summers. Number 2 on my list is a new type of marigold for me. It is a crackerjack marigold. I love growing marigolds in my garden in general because they're so easy. It's one of those plants that you sprinkle the seeds and I never have to worry about ever again. I don't have to try extra hard to keep that soil moist. I don't have to check back in on them. They aren't heavy feeders. They just kind of do their thing. And like I said, they're one of the only flowers that has survived the entire summer heat in my garden so far. And you just can't beat that pop of color when it comes to fall. Nothing says fall to me like those oranges and those reds and those yellows. So these are really a staple in my garden year round, but I'm going to try a new variety for this fall. Number 3 on my list is nasturtiums. Nasturtiums were a new flower for me this past spring and summer, and I absolutely love them. So I just bought a whole bunch of them and I plan to tuck them in to all of the corners of my raised beds. This is a vining flower, so it will billow out of those beds and create those nice soft borders. But these vines can get long. The package says it can spread up to 12 inches. So make sure you have the space for them. I didn't have any issues with my nasturtium seeds germinating this past spring. I did soak them for a few hours before planting them, and I've also seen that some people will file around that tough seed coating to help aid in germination. Number 4 on my list is lavender. So this is a Vera lavender. I have a few lavender plants growing behind me here that were kind of a happy accident. I'm going to start some more lavender inside this year. Lavender is another one of those plants that is supposed to like our climate down here, but it does not like wet feet. So if you're going to put it in a pot, make sure it's a very well draining soil. And if you're going to put it in your yard, don't put it in one of those boggy areas that stays wet in our wet summers. The plant's not going to like that. Germinating lavender can take a really long time, and this plant is slow to grow. This plant specifically says germination can take anywhere from 14 days to 60 days. Yes, 60 days, which is like incredibly long. So definitely starting these guys inside where you can keep an eye on them is the way to go. Last but definitely not least is chamomile. I tried to grow some chamomile seeds last year. I direct sowed them outside and they did not pan out. So I'm going to try again this year. I bought a bigger seed packet. This one has 2,000 seeds in it. So I'm going to start some of these inside to see if we can't get some chamomile tea over this winter. If you want to know what plants you can start in North Florida every single month of the year, check out my seasonal planting guide through the link in my description.